Welcome back to our channel. Today we are back with a new video about Streptococcus pyogenes. In this video we will discuss as usual characteristics, important lab features and toxins and its treatments. As we discussed earlier about Streptococcus, these are gram-positive, catalase-negative and are arranged in chains. Streptococcus pyogenes is bacitracin-sensitive and beta-hemolytic, means giving complete hemolysis. Keeping in mind these features, these are divided into Group A of Streptococcus species. Next is the virulence factor. Streptococcus pyogenes have a capsule made of hyaluronic acid that is made of polysaccharide and it protects from macrophages. Next factor is the M protein and it prevents Streptococcus pyogenes from complement system, especially phagocytosis. Now let's talk about bad toxins of Streptococcus pyogenes. It has many enzymes and toxins that contribute in its virulence. First one is the streptolysin O enzyme. And second one is erythrogenic exotoxin A. Streptolysin O enzyme, from the name lysin, its function is to lyse the cell membrane, RBCS for example. That's why presence of this enzyme makes Streptococcus pyogenes beta-hemolytic strep. In addition to this, our body generate antibody against anti-streptolysin O antibody and anti-DNase antibody against Streptococcus pyogenes. The second toxin is erythrogenic exotoxin A. This is a super antigen. What does that mean? This toxin can cross T-cell receptor across from binding site and MHC class II. This leads to constant activation of interleukins and inflammatory cytokines such as IL-1, IL-2, IFN-gamma. This can cause toxic shock syndrome, which will cause fever. Erythrogenic exotoxin A is similar to oncogenic toxic syndrome. Now, in regard to clinical importance of Streptococcus pyogenes, it can cause many diseases in human body, so that's why we divide this into three groups, named as pyogenic, immunogenic, and toxigenic. Pyogenic includes infections of skin and mucous membranes, pharyngitis, impetigo, erysipelas, cellulitis. Pharyngitis is self-explanatory. It includes red swollen tonsils with purulent exudates, fever. Cervical lymphadenopathy, impetigo. For the skin infections, first we have impetigo, which affects upper layer of epidermis, then we have erysipelas, which affects upper layer of dermis and superficial lymphatics, then we have cellulitis, which affect deeper layer of dermis and subcutaneous tissue. Difference between erysipelas and cellulitis is that erysipelas is well demorated and raised, while cellulitis is poorly demorated and is a bit confusing for observers and viewers. Going back to the second category is immunogenic, which includes rheumatic fever and glomerulonephritis. Rheumatic fever is a big topic, but simply it happens because of molecular mimicry. Antibodies against M protein of Streptococcus pyogenes are produced, which can also attack cardiac proteins such as myosin, which leads to rheumatic fever. To diagnose it, we can use Jones criteria, which is J for joints, migratory polyarthritis, carditis, nodules, subcutaneous, erythema marginatum, sydenum chorea, rapid and irregular involuntary movements of muscles. Antibodies attacking heart directly is type II hypersensitivity. Glomerulonephritis, on the other hand, is type III hypersensitivity, which results in immunocomplexes that leads to glomerular damage. Clinically, patients will face edema and dark-colored urine, which is T and cola-colored, and RBCS in the urine. Glomerulonephritis always happens after pharyngitis, caused by Streptococcus pyogenes. Lastly, there is toxigenic, and it contains toxic shock-like syndrome and scarlet fever. Toxic shock-like syndrome is a serious condition which can lead to fever, rash, and shock, while scarlet fever is a serious condition which can lead to fever, flushed cheeks, rough rash. In addition, trunk and extremities, sometimes named as sandpaper. It can also cause strawberry tongue and sore throat. As we mentioned earlier, these two are caused by erythrogenic exotoxin A. Lastly, necrotizing fasciitis is also caused by endogenic toxin, and this is a surgical emergency. It causes necrosis of the deeper layer of skin and may be accompanied by crepitus and bullae formation. Finally, for the treatment and prophylaxis for Streptococcus pyogenes, penicillin can be used for both rheumatic fever and prophylaxis. If allergic to penicillin, treat with a macrolide. Let's sum it up: gram-positive, beta-hemolytic, catalase-negative, bacitracin-sensitive, PYR-positive. It causes diseases through three ways: immunogenic, pyogenic, toxogenic. This is all about our today's lecture. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.